The third set of the day will be played on Newkirk, sponsored by Photo Punch, apparently.
That poor Marine.
Well, he got saved, man. Kind of. He kind of got saved. Anyway, guys, spawning in the bottom right-hand position as the blue Protoss is Jangbi.
His opponent, a pink Protoss on the right bottom side, trying to prevent Jangbi from getting a second kill of the day. His name is Oz. I don't know if the Marine was saved because he got placed in the middle of all the Zerglings.
Well, didn't he originally get cut out from the Zerglings?
No, he got cut out from his main base.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the other way around.
Poor Marine.
Yeah.
It's like a cardboard animation moment.
Carbot animation's gone wrong, pretty much, is what happened there. Did you see the most recent episode, by the way?
That was pretty good.
Mothership Core.
I'm interested to see what Oz has prepared against his opponent Jangbi. You know, the current metagame when it comes to PvP is usually the Twilight Council.
Yeah, we have been seeing Twilight a lot more recently. I'm not sure how Oz plans on going with that build, but Jangbi, I would not be surprised one bit if we saw that from him. Also keep in mind that the air distance between both bases is pretty close, and you have easy access to your opponent's main base with air units, so Stargate tech, certainly a viable option here as well.
Jangbi just opening up with a double gas for himself. Oz also getting a second gas, so far the build is really similar, but in PvP, if the player does not go for a forward gateway right outside of their opponent's natural, then we usually see this happen. The build is so similar, maybe there's one more zealot for one player, and the other player gets a sentry instead of the stalker, but the build starts differentiating after the core. You know, when they start getting the Stargate, when they start getting the Twilight, or when they decides to go for a really fast expansion.
Pretty much until the core finishes up, the builds are almost always the same. If not, you know, you maybe have a little bit more gas than your opponent, but overall things are pretty similar. Now, Jangbi, I want to point out that he loves to make proxy pylons all over the map and constantly send zealots to his opponent's mineral lines throughout the game in PvP. It's something that he is pretty well known for at this point.
And also, just to double check, wasn't it Jangbi who went for the really fast expansion last time around in PvP?
I don't exactly remember who it was. I'm not sure if it was Jangbi or not. I don't think it was Jangbi, but I know... Wait, no, it was Parting. It was on Whirlwind, right?
Okay.
It was Parting and another Protoss player. I think it may have been Hero.
Well, we've been seeing a lot more Protoss players trying to make the fast expansion work in this matchup.
Hey, speaking of Twilight tech, Jangbi is already going for that tech, and Oz going for the Stargate, so I kind of was thinking that it may end up this way, because the EGTL Protoss players don't like to necessarily follow the trends as much as everybody else from the other Kespa teams, but Jangbi certainly will go ahead and do that, and the Twilight Council going up very fast here.
This is most likely going to be DT at this point.
And yeah, that's what it's looking like here. Not going to go for the Blink, but will be going for the Dark Templar here, so that Dark Shrine does start. Oz, though, he is getting that Stargate, so if he gets a fast Oracle, he'll be able to scout what his opponent's up to and use it for the detection with the Envision ability that gives the Oracle detection for a whole minute.
Well, he could still scout what his opponent is doing, and he could build a Phoenix, and then he could build a Phoenix or two, and then the Oracle right behind it, and still have a detection against DT. That is the timing for this build, but it's also crucial that Oz has a force field, has a sentry inside the main base, and does not push out too much with his main force.
All right, so we have a probe moving down here from Jangbi. It's going to get sniped pretty easily here, and he'll be able to see the lack of an expansion.
But that also tips off, why did the probe come from the left side instead of the right side?
Yeah, that's something that Oz needs to account for here. He's getting a robe. Oh, never mind. Jangbi's going for the robe right here. And the Phoenix moving across. It's going to be able to get some great scouting on his opponent. He's going to go ahead and see the Dark Shrine here.
And all Oz has to do right now is Kernobus out in an Oracle right away. But no, he's going for the Robo.
Interestingly, oh, there he goes. He's getting the Oracle behind this as well.
Okay, so I didn't see the gas count exactly. I thought he had a little bit less, but I guess the Robo was queued up when I saw it. So, yeah. So now all Oz has to do is make sure the Oracle gets out, use the Envision, and get the Observer out.
And you know what he can do? He can lift up both of these Dark Templar with that Oracle ability here. The DT is starting to hack away at these units here. Oracle just about completed here, and that means that they're going to be able to lift up the DT and kill them off quite easily. One gets sniped off here. Remember, the DTs are revealed as soon as they're lifted up, even if there's no detection nearby. Second DT getting taken out. Oz already in a solid position after killing off 2 DTs. Doesn't lose a single probe to this.
So behind this right away, Jangbi throws down a Nexus knowing that his build is not going to work out at all. His opponent Oz also following up with a Nexus.
It's true, and because he went for the Phoenixes early on, he doesn't necessarily have the firepower to punish his opponent for the Nexus, but he can still at least be annoying and do some harassment.
Yeah, well, Oz also needs to be careful. He's getting the Phoenixes out right now. He's going to try to lift up as many probes as possible and get himself in an economic advantage. DT actually getting inside the main base. The Observer just scouted, but I don't think Oz actually realized it.
Oz actually did not realize this. This is actually a big mistake from Oz. He shouldn't be losing anything to this DT right here. Now hacking away, killing up to 4. Workpiece is going to go for 5. Probably we'll get a few more. The Observer, nowhere in sight just yet.
7.
There we go. Now
8.
we can see.
And possibly the 9. And going for the 10, no, not going to work.
Ouch.
But getting up to 9 kills with the 3rd DT.
That's a bit disappointing from Oz, I want to say. He was not paying enough attention there.
The Stalker was moving around. He should have seen a red dot on his minimap, and he should have gone for it right away inside the main base, but he did not pay attention, and that puts Jangbi in a solid position in the probe numbers.
32 to 23, that's a humongous difference here. We also have this Oracle trying to scare away the Stalker, so there's none in the main base. The Oracle moving in now, there's nothing to defend against this Nexus Cannon going down, and the Oracle gonna run away immediately here. Doesn't want to lose that quite yet. Now we have 4 Phoenixes that are going to go towards the natural mineral line here, see if they can pick up a few workers with Jangbi. He's got some Stalkers here using some nice micro, going to scare away that one Phoenix.
You know, if the DT did not get inside the main base, then Oz would have a complete lead against his opponent. He's not over-committing to the Phoenixes. You have 4 Phoenixes can hack away on the 5 Phoenixes can hack away on the probe so easily, especially with the Oracle, but allowing the DT to get up to 9 probe kills, that really hurts at this point. I mean, Oz, now he has 5 Phoenixes. He's going to try to go for the probes, but he only killed up to what, 3 at this point with only the Phoenixes and the Oracles?
He hasn't really gotten much. He can actually use the Phoenixes, go into the main base. And the Oracle not being properly microed here is going to move that back. The Phoenixes in the main base. It looks like they were able to kill off that mothership core, so now he can use the Phoenixes later on to do some damage here. Oz, I think he forgot to turn off the attack on that Oracle there. Probe count starting to even out a little bit here, but Jangbi has a lot more Stalkers than his opponent, up to 10 now compared to the 2 from his opponent. Also using that robotics tech, getting that Immortal out as well.
The Stalker's trying to find where the Oracle is, which is hidden on the right side of the map, and the 4 Phoenixes going inside the main base once again. The Nexus Cannon does go down.
Oh, nice.
But Oz finally getting up to 11 probe kills, but this should have happened without Jangbi getting any kills on Oz's probes.
Uh-oh, that Oracle's going to have to scurry out of there. Not a chance, man, sorry. If we look at the probe count, though, Oz is actually ahead here. It's great. The Phoenix harassment has finally done the job it needed to, and they can still move in here every now and then and continue to pick off a few units here and there. The blink, though, is going to scare away those Phoenix.
And Jangbi finally has a perfect amount of Stalkers split between the both bases, so Oz's Phoenixes, they're not going to do much at this point in the game.
Yep, it's true, and I hope Oz keeps that Oracle there for almost the entire game, because that means that Jangbi has to keep units at home for defense just in case the Oracle comes in, or if the units all run away, he can get a lot of free probe kills using that.
Double Stargate by Jangbi, but Oz scouts it right away. That is what's so key at this point. Oz behind it, he's going for the Colossus, but he knows what Jangbi is going for at this point.
He is continuing to make Phoenixes once again. I really hope that he didn't think those were just 2 extra gateways, because that's actually possible if he didn't click on them, but
yeah,
I don't know, man.
Seeing the buildings being warped and then actually knowing which buildings they are is kind of hard to tell. There we go, second Stargate out of the way, and going into this, Oz is going to have slight Phoenix lead at this point, but it is going to even out because Jangbi already has up to 2 Stargates.
He has the Stargates, and he can also defend his smaller Phoenix count with the current amount of Blink Stalkers he has in his army.
And so it's just crucial for Jangbi to save up his Phoenixes instead of moving them around the map so quickly. And trying to get a scout against his opponent is not going to be an option today.
So despite very different openings here and different tech. They're kind of both moving into more of a Phoenix unit composition. Jangbi actually only one Phoenix behind his opponent here, now evened out, which is something very interesting to point out here. He is ahead in supply as well, 99 to 104, and uh-oh, these Phoenix.
4 to 2.
Oh, this is bad. Okay, he sees it with his observer and immediately moves those Phoenix away. He needs to make sure his Phoenix are all clumped up and he can get the better micro trade against his opponent. Stalker's starting to hack away at these Phoenixes here. They're going to move forward and try to snipe out a few workers. Really smart by Jangbi, but now the Phoenix count, it's superior for Oz, and he's going to be able to kill off all of the Phoenix from his opponent here. Now 5 Phoenixes to 2 with Oz in the lead. Very smart from him. That's exactly what he needed to do here, but behind this, Jangbi taking the 3rd base. He's not going to make any more Phoenixes out of this double Stargate tech right now.
Yeah. Jangbi knows that going for the Stargates at this point is just suicidal because he's going to lose every single Phoenix Wars against his opponent Oz.
Exactly.
So now he's just hoping Oz over makes the Phoenixes at this point in the game.
And the supply is still quite even here, but the army composition is superior for Oz. He's got the air advantage, he has the Colossus and the Immortals on the ground. Jangbi, he's only got a handful of Blink Stalkers. I think this 3rd base here is actually going to get forced to be canceled.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, those Stargates, that was a little gamble by Jangbi, and it's doing nothing at this point. He just wasted a lot of economy while going into that, and behind us, while he's trying to get the gateways out, his opponent is going for the rush.
Uh-oh, the Phoenix is moving up here. They're going to lift up a lot of units, lifting up the Immortal as well as looking out of Blink Stalkers, another Immortal getting lifted up, and Oz is pressing forward, trying to see if he can finish off his opponent here. He still has that Colossus and the 2 Immortals in the back, which are doing a great amount of damage. And Oz's Phoenix continuously lifting up these Immortals as well. That's helping him out so much in this fight. Jangbi has 2 Phoenixes on the other side of the map doing nothing. And now Oz is taking a pretty solid supply advantage. The Mothership Core, though, the Nexus Cannon, it's going to go ahead and kill off that Colossus. The Phoenix count starting to become very low for Jangbi. He's down to 5 at this point, and he's already lost a lot of workers. Will he be able to force Oz back, though?
Well, he does have the blink, and he's slowly pushing away his opponent, but he lost tons of probes behind it. Look at the probe count right now, 52 to 40. Now, the good news for Jangbi is that he does have a 3rd base behind it, so he can replenish the probe much faster than his opponent, and he also killed the 2 Immortals of Colossus' main army composition from his opponent, Oz.
So the supply is pretty close right now. The Phoenix is now moving in.
If it's not Zealous today, I'm going to use the Phoenixes.
Exactly. We have another Dark Templar on the way as well for Jangbi. He's going to try to do some economic damage with that, and it's going to go into the main base.
Oh, no Observer!
Oh, no.
No Observer out in the field. There's 2 for Jangbi, but 0 for Oz.
But
and
no, there is one out right now, but we don't know where it is on the map.
Well, that's definitely not inside the main base for Oz.
Oh, it's not. This is going to even out the probe count considerably here. Jangbi now is at 45 compared to the 42 from his opponent.
And remember, Jangbi has 3rd base right now.
He has the 3rd base as well, so he's able to replenish that probe supply, lifting up the probe instead of the Dark Templar accidentally, but we'll go ahead and fix that there. The Phoenixes finish off of that Dark Templar, but more damage that just didn't need to happen to Oz's economy here. And you know, despite that attack, it looked like it was going to work, but Jangbi's Blink Stalker count was really good. And with some sort of strong macro, micro, and pulling the probes in the Nexus Cannon, he was able to make that engagement work. I would have preferred to see Oz go for that 3rd base, but hindsight is 2020.
Yeah, I mean, the Colossus got taken out, and, you know, when it was almost taken out, that's when Jangbi actually decided to pull all of his probes, and when the Colossus went down, there were only Stalkers and Immortals. No Zealots or Colossus to kill the probes, and that's the reason why the probes got a nice kill on all of the Stalkers, along with Jangbi's own Stalkers, and now Oz is going to push out on the map once again, but I don't think the unit composition for him is strong at this point.
It's kind of weird. He's got a good amount of Zealots and Stalkers. He has a little bit of firepower behind them with the Immortal and the Colossus here, but will it be enough?
Let's see what's going to happen. Seems like Oz, he wants to go for one final push against his opponent. Can Jangbi actually fend off this attack?
Well, we got some Void Rays in this army composition. Jangbi moving, Oz moving
really
forward
nice
here,
flank with the Stalkers coming from the back, trying to snipe the Colossus, but it's not going to work out at this point.
It's still very close between the players, but Jangbi is
Void
ahead
Rays.
in supply, 120 to 94. The Void Rays here are looking very strong, but Oz, he does have the high ground positioning at this point. warping in more units here. It's still anybody's fight. 2 Colossus are now in the army here, which is going to really help out Oz on the ground front, but the problem is the Void Rays.
Yeah, the Void Rays are stacking up at this point as time goes on. Jangbi's going to have up to 5 Void Rays,
oh, no.
7 Void Rays, and the Colossus also getting hacked away. One of them goes down, and now Oz, he doesn't have the same firepower as he had before.
Jangbi looking like he's about to take this game. That Dark Templar doing a lot of damage as well. GG is called. Oz falls. Jangbi takes game number 3.
You know, Jangbi's really nice split decision making with the Blink Stalkers at the natural, blinking away into the main base, just saying, well, as long as I kill off the Phoenix and have the Immortals to myself, I can fend off this attack with the probes, and that really worked out well. Sometimes it doesn't work out because the Colossus and the Zalas hack away on the probes, but today Jangbi pulled the probes at the perfect timing against his opponent Oz, and I was a little bit shocked that he actually fended off the attack.
It was pretty close there. I was a little bit surprised that he was able to hold off that attack as well, but he held it off and he was able to get the win behind that. So the score 2-1 of Samsung Kong in the lead. The next map will be Belshire Vestige. We have to go into a quick commercial break, guys. Don't go anywhere.